Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. This is my top 5, bottom 5 with Lisa Eldridge. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today we're going to go over the best and worst products that I have tried from the brand Lisa Eldridge. I did this video a couple of years ago and it got quite a bit of views, but also a lot of people who thought that you cannot talk badly about the brand. So if that's you, if you love everything, that's fine. It's just, I have tried a lot from this brand. There are certain products I haven't, but I think I've tried most of it. And there are definitely a couple of products that I feel aren't right for me, or where I feel you don't have to shop this brand, but you could also go elsewhere. So that's what's going to go into the bottom 5 category, and the top 5 are my top 5 favorite products from the brand. And of course, I want to end the video on a high note, so we're going to do the top 5 last. Let's start with the bottom 5 first. Like I said, a lot of people in the previous video I did thought that Lisa Eldridge can do no wrong. I think Lisa Eldridge is one of my favorite high-end brands. It's absolutely stunning. Lisa Eldridge as a makeup artist is an incredible makeup artist. She does amazing work, has such a good knowledge of color and technique, and I love that she loves teaching about it as well on her YouTube channel and now also with her makeup line. So I definitely feel that the brand has a lot to offer and a lot of the products are incredibly solid. I never had the opportunity to try any of the blushes. I wanted to, but they sold out and then never were brought back. There are rumors every year, that this is the year we're going to get the blushes back, but there was, I think, faulty packaging. It dried up really quickly for people. So I think they went back to the drawing board, and that's another thing I really appreciate about this brand is that even if something doesn't really work, they do like take things off market and then rework it until it is perfect. So I really appreciate the brand, but that doesn't mean that every single item from the line is going to be perfect for what I like to get out of my makeup. So the first product I need to chat to you about is something that wasn't quite right for me, is the lip gloss. And I already mentioned this in my previous video as well, so I'll pop up a picture here, but I decluttered mine. I kept them around for video purposes for a while, but I decided to pass them on to some colleagues of mine because there's just something in the formula that it promises to be very hydrating, and on my lips, it's really drying. There's just something with my natural chemistry and the way it interacts with the chemistry of those lip glosses that it didn't quite work for me. It looks really nice. I had the shades Songbird and Muse. Both shades were absolutely lovely. They were really pretty on. But if I had worn them for an entire day, my lips felt so dry, almost as if I hadn't put anything on at all. And it really, there was just something in the formula that made my lips more dry than some of the other lip products that the line has to offer. So we'll get to some of my favorites in a second. So the lip glosses weren't quite right for me, and that's why I passed them on quite quickly. And in a similar vein, this year we got a new launch, and I immediately bought 2 of the shades because they looked stunning. I'm holding up the shade Sweet Fig, and these are the, does it say here what these are called? It's in very small letters, I can't read it. But these are the Baume Embrace, I believe that's what they're called. And it's essentially a tinted lip balm. So again, with a product like that, and also the way this is described by Lisa herself and on the website, it promises to be very hydrating. This works, but on me, it's not like any of the tinted lip balms I have tried in the hydrating sense. Is it a lovely shade? Is the texture really lovely when it goes on? Can you build it up? Can you wear this over a lip liner? All of the answers to those questions are yes. However, for a tinted lip balm that promises to be hydrating, this, like the lip gloss, dries at my lips, and if I wear this all day, it just doesn't feel comfortable at all. Which is weird because a lot of the bullet lipsticks from the line are perfect for me and I don't find them drying at all on my lips, but the more caring sort of products haven't been really working for me. So that's why I won't be purchasing any other shades from this line, but the 2 shades I have, I know I will get more use out of it. I've been wearing Sweet Fig quite a bit in the past couple of weeks. because this shade is just a great like neutral for fall. It has a little bit of warmth, but if I don't want to go as intense as I'm wearing today, because the eye look I'm wearing is a little bit bolder, then something like this is fire. So I love the shade. I wish the formula was a little bit better for me. And I feel very similarly about this product. This is the eyeshadow palette in Myth. This has since been discontinued, and I understand why. I bought it when it restocked earlier in the year, and then in the summertime it was announced that there were a couple of products from the line that were gonna go on sale to make room for new things. And we already got the announcement for the Fawn eyeshadow palette, which I think is the replacement for the Myth eyeshadow palette. I bought this because I already have 2 of the eyeshadow palettes that I absolutely love and adore, as you will see in a second. It's just, there's just something in this formula that I didn't love. I felt that some of the darker shades were a little bit patchy, especially these like more matte shades. And this is really randomly warm toned in a sea of cooler tone purples. So as I said in my review, I don't regret buying this in a sense, because I know it will be a great companion palette to the other 2 Lisa Eldridge palettes I already have. The pans of these are removable, so I could take out the 2 shades that I did like and leave the rest of it as is if I want to, and like mix and match the other 2 palettes with the 2 shades I love. But the rest of it just felt a little bit meh. Like compared to what I'm used to with Lisa Eldridge, I just felt this wasn't the same quality as the other 2 palettes I already have. This skipped, it was patchy, it needed a lot of work in order for it to look right. And I know purple can be a very difficult shade to do, so it's kind of expected with a product like this, but it's not something I would expect from a brand like Lisa Eldridge. And the final 2 items in the bottom 5 that I have for you here are products that I have found alternatives for. Especially for the lip range, I have found that there's actually a lot of dupes, well, not shade dupes, but definitely formula dupes for some of the products in the bullet lipsticks as well as in the lip liner category. So let's do lip liner first. One brand that I think has a lot of dupes for Lisa Eldridge lipsticks is Kiko Milano. Their Velvet Passion lipsticks are really, really good formula-wise. If you want to compare them to the True Velvets, there are some shades in the Kiko Velvet Passion line that are also similar to what Lisa Eldridge has to offer. But I tried 2 of her lip liners. This is the one in Sorcery. This is my favorite of the 2 that I have. It's this really nice, like, mauvey nude, like deeper fall-esque kind of color. I love it. This is not a shade dupe, but I feel that the, what's it called again? The Creamy Color Comfort Lip Liner from Kiko Milano. This happens to be in shade 10, which is a bit more plum than the Lisa Eldridge one is. The Lisa Eldridge one is a bit more brown, so actually I prefer this over that. Overall, the Lisa Eldridge range is quite warm-toned overall, so if you're looking for good mauve tones, I don't think it is the brand. But this Kiko lip liner, same longevity, it sharpens the same way, it feels the same way going on, it has the exact same performance. And Kiko Milano is an Italian-based makeup brand, and a lot of Lisa Eldridge makeup is made in Italy, so it could very well be that these came from the same factory, but just with different branding. But I even feel that the branding on this, like, do you see how similar these even look? Like, when I try to grab for my Lisa Eldridge lip liner, I will very often accidentally grab the Kiko ones, because they're just so similar when they're like all together with my other lip liners. So for the lip liners, I don't think you need to go Lisa Eldridge per se. You can definitely go for the Kiko ones, and I think the Kiko lip liner ranges are very extensive and they do a lot of different shades that Lisa Eldridge doesn't do. So for me, Kiko is where it's at for me when it comes to these lip liners. I won't be buying any more of the Lisa Eldridge ones, but the product performs wonderfully, so if you do want to shell out the money, the Lisa Eldridge lip liners are really, really good. I just feel you can get the same thing for a lot less. And I feel the same way, like I said, in the Kiko range, Velvet Passion, there are a lot of dupes, but I think one of the more unique shades in the Lisa Eldridge range is the Insanely Saturated lipstick in New Wave. It's this pinky purple sort of thing. It looks very purple heavy in the tube, but then when you look at it, when it goes on, it has this very sort of strong purple undertone pink to it once it goes onto the lips, at least for me. And this, I feel, I need to be very careful with swatching these. Every time I swatch Lisa Eldridge lipsticks, that's when they break, not when I put them on my lips. I don't know why that is, but it's fine. But I have found that this lipstick from Catrice, this is the Scandalous Matte lipstick in Casually Overdressed. It's number 080 from the range. Gives me the same effect, and I like this one better on. The Insanely Saturated are incredibly pigmented lipsticks, and therefore I find them just a touch less comfortable than the True Velvets are. But this is a matte formula that's very rich and creamy. Formula-wise, I feel these Scandalous Matte lipsticks from Catrice are very similar to what Lisa Eldridge has to offer, and I will swatch them here side by side, because once these go on the lips, they're a shade dupe for me. So the Lisa Eldridge is here, and the run on this side is the Catrice. I mean, the Catrice one is even a little bit more purple, so it's cooler toned even, and even a little bit more special than the Lisa Eldridge. So if I want to go for this kind of lip look, guess what I reach for? The Catrice, not the Lisa Eldridge. So for me, this is just a really nice little combo, and I really enjoy wearing both of these lipsticks for sure. But I definitely think that when I first started buying Lisa Eldridge lipsticks, I was just wowed by how amazing and unique so many of the shades were compared to other lipstick ranges that I had. I've been trying full ranges of Essence and Catrice lipsticks for years. I used to own over 25 lipsticks from MAC. I've tried a lot of Charlotte Tilbury. I've tried a shade from every single formula that, or 2 shades from every single formula that Gucci has to offer. So I've tried so many lipstick in my day to see what was right, and especially if you try entire color ranges, you really get a feel for how unique colors actually are. And I feel so many of the colors in the Lisa Eldridge range till this day haven't been beat in terms of what they do for my coloring. I have videos up, actually. I think the last one I did, I swatched all of my bullet lipsticks, including the Baume Embrace ones, in one video. My lips weren't happy afterwards, so if you want to see all the Lisa Eldridge lipsticks going onto my lips, then you definitely can. But I have lots of other lip swatch videos up on the channel. But yeah, I just feel that it looked very unique at first, but now that I have the Catrice one, I just find myself reaching for the €4, much, much cheaper Catrice version so much more often than I do my Lisa Eldridge one. Which brings me to the top 5. And top 5 wise, of course, we need to talk about the favorites. And it's pretty much all the other products I have tried from the range. The eyeshadow palette in Vega is what made me fall in love with Lisa Eldridge eyeshadow formula. So remember what I said, that there would be another palette here that I do love? This is the one. This is my favorite of all of the Lisa Eldridge lipsticks, eyeshadow palettes. This was the first one I picked up. I love the taupey shades. The pop of blue goes with it really well. You get something to deepen it up with. There's texture in here that's really interesting and fun to play with. This just has so much going for it, and I had just expected Myth to be like the purple tone version of this, and it wasn't. So as much as I love Vega, I highly, highly recommend this one. It's still available. You can still get your hands on it. However, it does seem to go out of stock quite often, and it does take a while for Lisa Eldridge products to always come back in stock. That's the only downside for the brand. It's almost like they're like a victim of their own popularity, where, especially if there are new launches, it can be so difficult to get your hands on certain products because it can take months for things to come back. So I hope they restock Vega for like the holiday season, because I think it is perfect if you want to try cool tones, one, and if you want to try Lisa Eldridge eyeshadow. This would be my pick for something you can try from the brand that's very safe and that has the amazing eyeshadow quality that I know Lisa Eldridge to have. I told you about the lip pencils not being that impressive, but I love a good eyeliner. Granted, the Victoria Beckham ones are, I think, still my favorite, but I tried one of the Seamless Guide eye pencils in Night Forest, which is this really, really intense dark green. I'm not sure you can tell, but it's sort of like the same color as my sweater that I'm wearing today, and this is so beautiful going on. It's really pretty, it's really easy to apply, it can be smudged in because you have a little bit of play time before it settles down. And these like really deep, dark, saturated colors, I find really difficult to find from more affordable brands. I find a lot of dark green eyeliners, once they go onto my fair skin, there is this brightness to it that doesn't make it go on very easily. I bought this because I saw Lisa Eldridge using it in a tutorial where she used her Sorcery, the Sorcery eye palette together with this eyeshadow, this eyeliner, and it looked so stunning. I've recreated the look. It doesn't look the same on me because I have a very different eye shape to the model, but it made me feel so, so good for like a dark green smoky eye. This is the perfect base. I love the formula of this. Like I said, these aren't my favorite eyeliners, but this dark green matte shade, Victoria Beckham didn't do yet, so I got the one shade that I didn't have from that range, and I feel it's very comparable to the Victoria Beckham in terms of quality. So if you don't have that many Victoria Beckham eyeliners yet like I do, then investing into the Lisa Eldridge ones I think is worth it. But like the eyeliners, but like the lip liners I just talked about, with pencils, it really seems to be that there's only like a handful of factories around the globe who make them. So I find you can very easily dupe pencil products from high-end brands. You don't have to, again, pay this much, but I do really think the shade of it is unique compared to other things I've tried in terms of dark green eyeliner. Again, something that I think I can dupe in my makeup collection, but with these, I feel because of the shades being different from what I can find in cheaper brands, it's still unique in my book, and it's the Liquid Lurex liquid eyeshadows. I have the shades Emily and I have Anais. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm never sure. The name reminds me of that Cacharel perfume, and in the ads, they always said Anais, and so that's why I think it's pronounced that way, but correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know. And these are stunning. I bought the green toned one before I got this one, and I wish I had just waited until this taupey thing became available, because the Emily shade is my favorite of the two. When I had just tried this, I wasn't really wowed by the formula. But then when I tried the actual shade that I knew was going to work for me the best, I fell in love with it. So yes, you can find other taupe shimmering eyeshadows in a liquid format from cheaper brands, but I definitely feel that the shade range that Lisa Eldridge does has something different to offer. Plus, I do feel these build up a little bit better, and they are a little less prone to creasing than some of the cheaper things I've tried. And of course, we need to talk about the foundation. I still have it in its box because I just think this looks so pretty. This is the Seamless Skin Foundation, I believe. Yes, that's what it's called. I have mine in light, just shade 5, which is a neutral shade. This is what I was matched to in store, and I think it looks absolutely stunning. I need to go back to it though. It's been a while since I used it, but I made an effort of trying to use up certain products this year, and I was testing out a lot of K-Beauty cushions, which I've almost finished that trial, so I know I can go back to some of my favorite foundations, and this one is definitely on the list of something I want to go back to. I did buy the skin tint over the summertime as well. I just haven't gotten a chance, because I was trying all the K-Beauty stuff, to test it out. So I have a couple of new-ish foundation-like products, but I just want to try one new one a month and then have 2 older foundations to play with again. I think that's going to be the thing moving forward. So after this month, from November onwards, I know I can test out the skin tint. I'm dying to test it out. But yeah, I first have to make my way through the K-Beauty stuff I still have. But the foundation was an ace in the hole. I did have to change my foundation application technique when I first bought it. So I used to apply my foundation, dot it around my face, and then use a beauty blender to blend it out. But once I started using this, a brush works so much better with it, and it works best if you don't just dot your foundation around, but already sort of apply it lightly in the area where you want the foundation to go with your fingers, and then using the brush to sort of tap it into the skin and blend it out and make everything more seamless. Once I started using that, it became my favorite foundation, and now I apply all my foundations that way. and I've been getting so many better results with all of my foundations because of it. So yes, it requires a bit of a learning curve, but once you get there and you understand how to use it for your skin, it just works wonders, and it's definitely one of the best foundations I've ever tried. And finally, we need to talk about the lipsticks, of course. The last time I did this video, I had a bunch of my favorite lipsticks in the top 5. This time I was like, I have tried plenty of other Lisa Eldridge products that I can actually do more of a mix, but I am wearing one of my favorites today. This is perfect for fall. It is Velvet Sorcery, and it's on my lips today. I love how it sort of like goes well with these more jewel tones that I like to wear in the fall season. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I love that shade. Velvet Ribbon is a favorite. Velvet Jazz is a favorite. I discovered Velvet Duchess last year. Muse, Velvet Muse is a favorite. I love the Luxuriously Lucence as well. I love Kitten Mischief. That is a favorite. And Painterly, those are the first two to pop into my brain as things I love. And like I said, I do really enjoy the Insanely Saturated lipsticks as well, but they're a bit more drying on my lips, and I feel the shades aren't as unique as I wanted them to be. My favorite Insanely Saturated, I'm not sure if it's still around, but it's Skyscraper Rose. It's this really nice, vibrant berry pink. It's really, really pretty, especially for right now in the fall time. Again, a kind of shade I love wearing when I'm wearing a green like I'm wearing today. So thank you so very much for joining me here today. That was my top 5, bottom 5 with all of my Lisa Eldridge stuff. Let me know in a comment down below. What are your favorite Lisa Eldridge products? What have you tried from the brand? I would love to know. And for now, if you would like to consider thumbsing up this video, subscribing to the channel, because I make lots of other content throughout the weeks. I make 4 new videos a week on this channel, once a week on the second channel, and also on the blog. I've got things going live, so you can catch me every single day somewhere at least. So I hope you'd like to stay tuned for more, and then I hope to see you in my next one. Bye bye.